Watchtowers. Are you going to be the tour guide?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
what's
your
your
guide. My name is Finey. How are you?
I am fine, and I'm Blaze. I'm so happy to be here. What an honor.
Wonderful. Yeah, well.
How many years? Oh, I'm jumping ahead of the tour, huh? Hey, this is Blaze. I'm here at the Watchtowers, and I have Mr. Charles
Dickson.
Tell us a little bit about what it is that's behind you on this tree here, Charles.
Well, for the last year, by the way, I'm an artist and resident at the Watchtowers Art Center, and I'm also the groundskeeper for the Watchtowers Monument. So for the last year and a half, since this tree was originally supposed to be completely severed to the ground, Rosalie Hooks had managed to save this tree's height at 28 feet tall. And so one of the hopes originally that we would just hope it would be 10 feet. But she was able to talk to the people that were doing the tree surgery, and so it's 28 feet tall, and these 3 limbs come out. So my inspiration was to do, since there was 3, I thought about the watchtowers themselves. So in this type of tree, as it dries out, it cracks at the top. So initially, I wanted to cap the tree so that it wouldn't split. And so I proposed to put the watchtowers in steel since I was welding, since I had done Wishing on a Star, which actually was my first welding project.
Was it?
Yes, it was. And so, in the process of knowing how to weld now, I decided to do this. And then the future things that's going to happen to the tree, there's going to be figures carved around the tree. Around the same tree? The same tree.
Show us where that might be.
Well, we're going to take some community people, we're going to outline them, and I'm going to literally carve these individuals out around the tree, just in shadow form, and then above them will be developed some cultural icon pieces, Adinkra symbols. We'll talk about Hispanic cultural icons. And then as it goes up, there'll be some installation of tile, so that when we talk about the tree, the spirit tree, we don't have to say, well, look up at the towers. Your eye will naturally formulate and go up the tree itself. The Watchtowers Art Center is where my focus is really at in relationship to this project, because we want to show that Simon Rodia did a wonderful thing by establishing his watchtowers and building them. But the community is filled with talented artists and people that should be brought to the forefront. And so one of the things by doing work like this is to show that that talent is here. It has manifested itself in the spirit tree and other things that are occurring around. There are all the wood from this tree was saved, all the limbs, and from this very tree. And the seat that the gentleman is sitting over there is one of the limbs from the tree.
Do you know
the beauty?
Well, tell me, do you know the history of this piece?
Yeah.
Well, who are you then?
I'm one of the residents and one of the employees here.
Oh, okay.
Across the street, I've been living here for 30 years.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm employed at the Art Center for 26.
And you are part of the community?
I'm part of Charles Dickson.
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much. Okay, so getting back, so you said this is part of that tree?
Right, this is one of the limbs that came off of the tree, and so I've been working with the chainsaw and grinders and what have you. This tree is that the wood, it's wood and steel. The wood is protected by a Thompson water seal waterproof material, and it doesn't rot or do anything like that. It doesn't fungus this. But
it doesn't rot?
No, it doesn't rot. It's been treated.
Oh.
So
it's so indescribable.
And so I've engineered various metal components in it so that it cuts down cracking. Like this is just not for aesthetics is also for practical purposes, along with this back piece to give it more rigidity. And this piece here, there was just this piece of the limb that was cut away, so I felt it was important to add I had the seat, but I extended the back with the steel. And then I put mahogany on it, so that the mahogany is a weather material.
I didn't know you could put mahogany on something.
Yeah, well, you don't see the actual holes and things. I bonded it together, but and the tree itself weighs about 200 pounds. This piece of wood is so dense, yeah, it weighs about 200 pounds. And after I carved it, it came down to about 120. And then I wanted to put a foundational piece of steel on it that gave it lots of stability, so that because it sits two people, and I thought it was real important that the work. Look, this is the type of thing that would last for 10, 20 years, easy. And then on the base of it, not to forget the participating artists in the...
is this similar to what you're going to put?
Yes, this is done by Augustine Aguero.
Augustine Aguero.
Yeah, and he did the tile work. He did the layout on this, and he also did the concrete and set the bench in its space. And then he laid the grass.
How you doing? Do me a favor, have a seat.
You remember Blaze, huh?
I want to see how well he works. Oh, that looks so good. Hold on. So now we get both of you to sit there.
And of course, this is my wife, my better half.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more thing. What do you call this chair? Is there a name?
The chair, there's no particular name for it.
Oh, just art.
It's just a bench. You know,
the bench.
The bench. Well, there was two roles it had to take. One was to be a sculptural icon of sorts in the area, and then the other was to be something that you could sit on and touch and have direct contact with.
I love this. Now, I'm assuming it's the entry to something.
Yes, and that's another thing. We have changed the entry of the tower's office and gallery door, and
you sound like you're closely affiliated. You got trees and benches.
Yeah, and we're committed to invite people, change their thinking about what's going on in Watts, what's going on with the Watts Towers Art Center. And Rosalie Hooks has been the director for 12 years, and she has been an integral part of these things happening. When they cut that tree and she said, hey, I want 28 feet of it, and she says, Charles, can you handle that? Well, yeah, I can handle that. And so the whole front...
That's the bench he said he made out of that tree?
Yeah.
Yes, this is one of the limbs from that tree.
Wow. I need to sit in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great response. Wow.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Have a seat. Thank you.
Put you all together.
Wow.
So, you know, and this is one of the seats that, out of all the limbs, there'll be other seats that will be developed around in the garden area as well as around the center itself.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Thank you.
Okay, let me get out of your picture.
Oh, no, that's
You're
fine.
cool. I love it. Yeah.
No, you were.
A lot of people, it's interesting, they won't sit on it because they say, oh, that's art. But the whole thing,
It's functional art.
it's functional art.
Look how beautiful this is.
I forgot. I rarely take pictures of myself.
Oh, well, this is a perfect time. Look at these gentlemen here.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Ready?
All right.
Good job.
Are you going to be the tour guide?
Yes, I'm your guide. My name is Finey. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm Blaze. I'm so happy to be here. What an honor.
Sophia's Towers here in Watts. Now, we're going to probably be challenged a little bit with the music at times, so we will all huddle together for the information at that time, and we're going to beat the heat challenge by stepping into don't get all hurt. Now, where we're standing is Simon Rodia's garage. This little area right here. He had a small car, so he's cleaning all of my help. That is great. Get that? Okay, very good. Had to get my crew all straightened out. So cute. Now, we're standing on the steps of where Simon Rodia's house once was. We walk up these steps. We used to be able to walk onto the platform, but you can get as close as you like. You can stand up here and look through the windows. Simon Rodia's house was quite small. It had a living room, and I'm going to point, okay, the window here. That's where they're pointing. That's the living room. It had a bedroom. Point through that window over there. There you go. And it had a fireplace in the living room. Look now. Now the house burned in 1954. A firecracker went onto the roof after a 4th of July celebration, burned the house down, but fortunately Simon wasn't here. He had moved to Martinez, California, where he had sister and her husband and their family. They lived there, and he lived near them in a boarding house until he died in 1965. Based on a poem that I wrote about Simon Rodia, and I haven't done it in a year. Being stirred by a compelling desire that would not be denied, Simon Rodia listened to his heart. From where it came, a whisper. The dream is dream, come fly with me. The dream is dream, high in the sky. The dream is dream, yours to implement or impede. The dream is dream. Embrace the wind, indeed. Without sketch or blueprint, without the architect's expert okay, giving rise to inspiration, Rodia began his acclaimed work, doing it his way. Without the security of staffing, without tools fashioned for the task, with materials cast off by others, working 30+ years, toil, birthing vast, built of broken glass, bits and pieces of tile, pottery, ceramics, rocks, seashells, wire mesh, steel and concrete. The watchtowers are mosaic monuments symbolizing the possibility, humble yet grand structures, signaling the improbable victory to breathe. Like a lotus blossoming, the history of the watchtowers remind us of things that we need comprehend, and others searching look around and they also say, I can embrace the wind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's true that Simon Rodia died in 1965 in Martinez, California. But truth is that Simon Rodia lives on here in what I like to call not the watchtower, but Simon Rodia's house in Watts. Thank you for coming, and we will see you on your next visit. Thank you.